Merry Christmas and welcome everybody to another episode of the Lunch Table Podcast. And in this video, I'm going to give you my review for Netflix. Netflix, out of all things. A lot of people have criticisms for Netflix. I think Netflix still is one of the biggest streaming platforms today. I mean, with movies and TV shows and whatnot. Let's get into it. So, I've been subscribed to Netflix all of my life. I've been around in the days where there was no streaming. There was just those Netflix CDs. There was deals with Pizza Hut and whatnot. And I remember I used to rent so many of those DVDs. If you guys remember back then, I think you'll do it from online. So back then the internet was pretty shitty and the websites were pretty shitty. And you would pick your CDs to come out in order. And sometimes they come pretty scratched up, or sometimes the mailman will get it wrong and mixed up, and so you'll get somebody else's DVD and then you have to like wait another week or so. So sometimes it sucked. But there was something about it where it brought the family together, and it was just a nice tradition. It's like, oh, I just got this movie, and which is funny because at the time too, I still do collect a lot of Blu-ray movies and stuff. You guys don't see my whole office when I'm recording, but my room is packed with a lot of these movies. So it kind of clashed, but there was a lot of movies that, we just wanted to check out rather than go see it in the theaters at the time. We used to do that. So, and then now we had streaming, and streaming wasn't that good at the time either. They had some movies, I guess they were starting out with the rights or whatever. And we all know that Netflix beat Blockbuster. So Blockbuster took an L with not actually doing streaming. Imagine what could have been. They should do a Marvel's What If episode for that. But so they used to have all these like old movies. I remember they used to have Taxi Driver, or what is it called? Taxi or something, with Robert De Niro. And they had like an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. There was really slim pickings at the time. Now we're up to the point where we're getting something new all the time. And Netflix has gone through so many iterations of that. And also, I mean, we could all agree most of the stuff that they do push out is pretty trash. You do have hidden gems here or there, but thousands upon thousands of movie shows that you could binge watch. And you see different countries getting involved. You see new actors coming, kicking off with new projects here and stuff like that. So we have Black Mirror. We have all these things. Back in the day, it was just Orange is the New Black. That was the main talking point. It was like, oh yeah, Orange is the New Black. That's Netflix's thing. And then from there, they evolved and they started to get, Netflix original movies. And then up to that point, the movies weren't even that good. Now we're at the point where we have movies that seem like they should be on an IMAX screen. So it's amazing how times change. What also changed was they unfortunately, which I mean, it makes sense. I get it. They stopped making DVDs for you to rent or Blu-rays to rent. So it is what it is. I actually was introduced to Star Wars through Netflix. I used to keep the DVDs. So yeah. And I remember they used to have like a penalty where if you don't return it, we're not going to send you the other DVD until like a month from later or something like that. So, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different shows that come from different countries. So there's like a lot of South Korean stuff, a lot of Swiss stuff, or even I say to my parents, because they always watch these stupid shows, I call them Chechenian show. Like, what are you watching this random Chechenian show for? So there's a lot of bullshit here, but we did also get from back in the day, we got the Defenders, Marvel shows and stuff like that. That was really exciting to see. Daredevil really popped off with the MCU. Everyone was like so invested into Marvel at the time with their shows. I think even that was one of the first shows was like Daredevil. You had Peggy Carter, you had Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and then you had Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, The Punisher, Defenders. So those were really good times. I don't think we'll ever be able to go back to those times because now there's not really a scarcity of content. More so now there's a scarcity of quality content. And that's a really unfortunate thing that's happening in our days. But at least, what's interesting, I'm just going to say this. A lot of people can agree. A lot of Asian shows now are more attractive to the viewer with their ideas. There's not a lot of pandering. There's not a lot of talking down to you with their politics or anything like that. It's just a straight up good show to watch. And I think that's why more people are attracted to South Korean or Japanese shows, because I do see that these are really popping off now on Netflix, especially. But Netflix is great because you have different creators as well. You have Zack Snyder, you have Guillermo del Toro, you have a whole plethora of things you could try out. One controversial thing is Cuties. I know a lot of people, that's like a huge thing. I remember the day with Sneeko trying to defend Cuties. There's like all this stuff. So Netflix just gives you every single thing. And I do appreciate that. A lot of people say, oh, this is woke, that. Netflix does have a lot of that. But you got to admit, I think they also have shows for, for different tastes. They do have a lot of movies for different tastes as well. So it's like a nice balance. Sometimes it feels like Netflix isn't really the gatekeeper for their shows. Rather, they're just they're the guy at the beach watching everybody. They're the lifeguard, making sure that nobody's drowning here. I know Netflix is in huge debt too. I think billions and billions of dollars in debt. There's this one Asian guy that always talks about like debt is really good or something like that. Like that's how you make money is through that. Maybe Netflix is paying attention to that guy. I always see that guy in Instagram Reels, so maybe they're paying attention to that. But golly, do these guys make bad decisions? Because there's a lot of bullshit here. So you really have to scour through the like sand grains, just trying to see what's really good. But I'm looking at it right now. I'll give them credit though. They do have a lot of great movies that release in theaters and they put them on here, and that's a wonderful thing. And like they did a deal, I think, with Warner Brothers, because as of this recording, they have a lot of DC stuff, which is weird because I thought that was going to be reserved for Max, which I'll do a review for a little bit later on, as I keep saying. Guys, check out Black Summer. I just wanted to highlight that. Black Summer is one of my favorite zombie shows. Such a great show. And I think that's, what is it? Z or Z Nation or something like that. That's like a spinoff from that. But this is like a really darker, mature tone. I think gritty, realistic as well. So, but yeah, I mean, they have a lot of spotlights here from Max. I don't know what the deal was, but they do have a lot of stuff here that's on Max as well. They have a lot of movies that, you could check out that is from different streaming platforms as well. So they're just this really nice hub. Is it worth paying the $35 that I pay? I know a lot of you guys will say no, but I think yes. I stream in 4K. Without ads. I know it's bullshit, but for me that matters. I came from the days of watching a lot of bootlegs too, so I really enjoy watching my stuff in 4K. That's the way it's intended. A lot of these shows, that's the way it's intended in these movies. So, and then also without ads, and Netflix also has this, which I think they're gonna deactivate soon. If you guys do this, let me know in the comments, because we need to protect you. You're like an extinct animal. Who the hell is playing games on Netflix? I keep forgetting Netflix has games. You got to play through the app or maybe through their website, not the Windows app. They just added Grand Theft Auto, I think the trilogy, which I heard that was like a scam or like a shit show. They added that. I remember Blood Dragon, which is an anime that we reviewed. That originally, I think, was a Netflix game, too, on here. They partner with Ubisoft. They have, which, in my opinion, I think is a pretty ass live stream, but they have Tadum, and they introduce stuff. So Netflix is a powerhouse. It's a huge powerhouse. And, the good thing is there's a lot of shows or movies or originals that you could work on as an actor, or if you want to get some experience. There's a plethora of things you can do here. And we do see that. And so I could kind of appreciate how much content they push, just thinking about that, the many people that are employed at least doing this stuff. So is Netflix good? I still think Netflix is good. It's just they have a lot of shit stuff that they release. And with that, they also have a lot of good stuff they release. So still to this day, I know Netflix went through controversy for password sharing, for this and that. And yeah, that sucks. But at the end of the day, I think you get what you pay for. And I think Netflix, if I were to rate it, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. And that is my review for Netflix. If you guys agree with me, let me know in the comments below. If you don't, also let me know in the comments below. Fight me, bro. Post fist emojis. Let's fight, brother. Or girls. But yeah, so we have a lot of content coming your way. We have more of these streaming services reviews coming your way. Also, what if reviews, if you guys are into that. I've been enjoying what if so far. If you guys are new to the channel, I always say we have so much stuff, a plethora of content to come your way, especially next year. My goodness. Things are going to be pretty different and things are going to be really exciting for everybody. I cannot wait for you guys to see what we have in store. But anyway, I'm blabbing on. As always, thank you so much for watching. See you guys.